All right, let's talk about a V versus T graph and just the basics of identifying the motion of an object. Okay, I have four graphs here. The y-axis represents the velocity for each graph, and the x-axis is the time taken for the trip. Okay, so the first thing you want to do whenever you're looking at a V versus T graph is determine if the object's velocity is positive or negative, and that will determine the direction that the object is actually traveling in. So if you see your arrow is above the x-axis on a V versus T graph, then you know the velocity is positive, which means the object is moving to the right. Okay? On a V versus T graph, the slope represents the acceleration. In the first graph, we have a positive slope. That means the acceleration is also positive. When the objects have a positive velocity and a positive acceleration, what I like to say, they're going the same direction, then I know the object is speeding up. If I have a negative slope or a negative acceleration, I say that the objects have opposite directions, right? The velocity is positive, the acceleration is negative. That means the object is slowing down. Okay, you can also look at the graph. Okay, this one's moving away from 0, so that means it's getting faster. This one is moving toward the 0. That means it's getting slower. Now let's look at an object that's moving the opposite direction, or what I like to say as left. If it's below, that means it has a negative velocity. Remember, velocity determines the direction of motion. A negative velocity means left. Okay? In this graph, I have a negative acceleration. Now, most people want to say, oh, it's slowing down because the acceleration is negative. Well, that's not true. Okay? The direction of the velocity is negative. The direction of the acceleration is also negative. They are going the same direction. That means the object is speeding up. Okay, think about it this way. It's moving away from the 0, so it's getting greater and greater in magnitude. Just a negative, that's all. And then the last graph, it has a positive acceleration. A lot of people want to say, oh, positive acceleration must be speeding up. Not true. When they're the opposite direction, you know the object is slowing down. Okay, so those are your V versus T graph basics. Make sure you understand them. It will help you later on.